What is going on, y'all? A lot of stuff been going on in the NBA. Main thing I wanted to touch base on, I've just been hearing too many people talk about it. Um, and I finally just got fed up and had to weigh in. So let's talk about the Damion Lillard situation for a second, okay? So we got a bunch of people out there talking about the fact that the Miami Heat offer for Damian Lillard is garbage. Um, and quite frankly, the offers from these other teams that don't exist. So I got multiple issues with what has been going on with the discussions regarding this trade. Problem number one is this. When you're talking about the Damian Lillard trade, I can't believe that after Miami just went to the finals, we are still disrespecting the Miami Heat and the Miami roster. Like it's unbelievable to me that we are still disrespecting the players on this roster. Miami, from my understanding, is the Miami trade package would be Tyler Hero, Jaquez Jr., Caleb Martin, Duncan Robinson, maybe Kyle Lowry for a salary swap, and then four to five picks, with at least 3 first-round picks in that bundle. They're saying, so that's almost 10 assets that they would be trading for Damian Lillard. And they're sitting there talking about this like, yeah, it's just a bad deal and this and that. Listen, Damian Lillard is 33. We're not talking about a 26-year-old Damian Lillard. We're talking about a 33-year-old Damian Lillard who is already starting to show signs of injury, could already potentially start to be injury plagued for the rest of his career. Hopefully not, fingers crossed for him and for Miami if they get him or whatever the case may be. But you're talking about a guard who's injury prone, looking like at this point in his career. And then on top of that, he's 33. He's only got 3-4 years max in him at the Damian Lillard that we all know. So this idea that Miami's trade package is terrible, which I'll get into the package in a second, but the main thing is, how can it be terrible when it's the only package? It's the only offer. And it's been reported by Woj and multiple people, it is the only offer. There was only 2 teams interested, like real interest in Damian Lillard. It was Utah and Miami, and Utah didn't have real interest. They just had a meeting, kicked the tires, and said, I don't think so, and never made an offer. Miami was the only team with serious interest that made an offer. And the media keeps reporting, oh, well, Boston can make a better offer. The offer doesn't exist. Oh, well, the Sixers can make a better offer with so-and-so. The offer doesn't exist. Oh, well, Brooklyn or the Knicks or Milwaukee, they can make this offer and that. Those offers don't exist. Why are we talking about teams making offers that don't exist? Like, if Boston made an offer, then we can debate, well, who's got the better offer, Miami or Boston? Then that's a real, legitimate, rational topic. You can't talk about who's got the better offer, Miami or Boston, when there is no Boston offer, the Sixers or Miami. There is no Sixers offers, the Utah or Miami. There is no Utah offer. Miami has the only offer. That's point number one. Point number two is, why are we still talking about these offers when not only do they not exist, but it's also been made readily available to the public and explicitly clear. Like for Boston, their GM said, we are not getting involved with the Damian Lillard circus. We are not entertaining a Damian Lillard trade. Boston just said, we aren't trading for him. And Boston is probably going to have the best offer. They can offer Jaylen Brown. Their GM just said they're not offering anything. They don't want to be involved. They're not interested in Damian Lillard. So stop talking about it. Well, the Sixers could offer Tyrese Maxey and the picks and maybe a first 1 pick with Maxey and this and that. The Sixers came out and said, we aren't trading Tyrese Maxey. Anybody who calls us on Tyrese Maxey, we're going to tell them to hang up the phone and lose our number. That was a quote from their GM. We are going to tell them to lose our number if anybody calls on Tyrese Maxey. He's absolutely untouchable, not trading him. So then the Sixers have no offer because they have no picks. Maxey is the only thing that would even make the offer remotely interesting. And even then, I still think, which we could debate all day, but it's still, I think Miami's a better offer with 10 assets versus just Maxey and a pick. But anyway, so those offers don't exist. And until another offer exists, not only is Miami the best offer, it's the only offer. Would you rather have nothing or something? It's the only offer. So now let's get into whether the Miami offer, even if there was other offers, would be a good deal or not. And what the package actually looks like. Assuming there were other offers, like in a normal circumstance, what would this package look like? And what I can't stand is the fact that people keep disrespecting Miami. I mean, this is unreal. Tyler Hero is a 20-point-a-game scorer. He's valuable. And whether Portland wants him or not is irrelevant. You don't have to want him. You take him and then immediately trade him for a first-round pick. Brooklyn has already said they've been in contact with Miami. They're like desperately trying to trade for Tyler Hero, but Miami's not going to do it until they're 100% sure Tyler Hero doesn't need to be part of this trade package. And then Miami, at that point, would have to reconsider of, well, do we want to keep Hero on the team with Lillard, and does that make sense? And then there's a whole other slew of things, and they probably won't trade him if he's not part of the Lillard package. They'll keep him because he's very valuable, and he's a really good NBA player. And so you have a 20-point-a-game scorer in Tyler Hero, who other teams are very, very open to giving up a first-round pick for. So Tyler Hero's got value in this league. He's a starter at worst six-man, which when he is a six-man, he just won six-man of the year. So he's easily one of your six top players on pretty much any roster in the NBA, arguably. Then you have Caleb Martin, another basically 20-point-a-game scorer. He averaged about 18, I think it was like 18.9 or something like that in the playoffs. So basically a 20-point-a-game scorer, and he averaged over 20 points a game in the Eastern Conference Finals. And, well, Boston has a better trade package. You mean better than the players that are being offered that beat the Boston players that would be in the offer? Didn't they just beat the players you're saying would be better? Weird. But Caleb Martin, another diamond in the rough, young guy, very valuable. Then Duncan Robinson on there. I don't even want to trade Duncan Robinson. I want to keep Duncan Robinson at all costs on that Miami team and do everything I can to keep him out of that deal. But Duncan Robinson, one of the best, and you guys can dispute all you want, and well, his three-point percentage and this and that. I don't care. He was hurt all year. We saw in the playoffs, he is one of the best three-point snipers in the NBA. He is a guy where if you leave him open and you guard him like an average guy, he's going to hit 5, 6, 7, 8 threes. It's just reality. He is an absolute three-point sniper. He is one of the best spot-up Kyle Korver type three-point shooters in the league currently. And then you have Nikola Jovic, who's been averaging over 20 points a game. I think he's averaging close to 22 to 25, somewhere in there in the summer league, who's a very, very touted young prospect who people think are going to make a real impact on Miami or any other roster that he plays on this year. Then you have Jaquez Jr., who's come in and made an immediate impact in the summer league, averaging over 20 points a game in the summer league. Or I think he's actually right at about 20. Right at 20. So you have Hero 20, Martin 20, Jovic 20, Jaquez 20, and Duncan Robinson, one of the best three-point shooters in the league, who, if he was on a nightly basis was actually a starter, he'd probably average somewhere between 15 and 20. So that's the trade package for Miami, and then you can list the picks in there. I mean, you got 3 first-round picks. I think the initial offer is like 3 first-round picks, 2 seconds. So, and then another 5 picks. And people want to sit there and talk about what a bad offer this is. Not only is this a good offer, it's a phenomenal offer. You're getting 5 high caliber players for 1 player and 5 picks. The biggest thing that turns all of this upside down as well is this huge fact that Portland is in a rebuild. This isn't a team that's ready to win right now. Now, obviously, we just saw Miami go to the finals. Could this team help a team that's ready to go to the finals right now and be pieces to help them get there? Absolutely. But obviously, a team that's ready to do that isn't going to get rid of one of their biggest stars like Damion Lillard, because then that hurts their chances. But in Portland, you have a young Scoot Henderson. You have a young Sharp. You have a bunch of young guys that you're trying to get ready to play in this rebuild. That's what's going on. Why do we want to get rid of Damion Lillard? Because he's 33 now. He doesn't fit the timeline for a rebuild. All of the guys in this trade package are not only valuable right now, they're only going to get better because they're all young guys. They're all like, just to be safe, I'll say 26 and under. But I'm pretty sure they're all 25 and under. These are all young, developing talents that are going, guys like Jovic and Jaquez Jr., which they need a wing. Jaquez Jr., Jovic, Martin, Duncan. I mean, Duncan's a young guy too. They're all going to grow and develop and become better alongside the young stars, up and coming stars that you supposedly might already have in Portland, like Scoot and Sharp and some of these other guys. So it's a perfect fit to have. I mean, this is a team where you could have, what happens if Caleb Martin develops into an all-star? What happens if Jovic or Jaquez Jr. develop into an all-star? I mean, this is a thing. This is a team that could develop into having 3, 4, 5, 6 all-stars on it within the next 5 years. So to say that the Miami trade package is awful is crazy. The other biggest problem is, for me, I think it's too much. For a 33-year-old guard, I'm giving up 5 young players that could develop in all-stars, and they're already 20-point-a-game scorers for 1 Damion Lillard. To me, I think that's too much. I think it's too much. I'd do it if I had to do it to get Dame, because Miami's ready to win right now, and Butler's getting older, and Bam's also older, and that's going to start to tick the clock. But I think it's too much. And the reality is, when it comes down to it, that not only is this not a bad package, it's a great package, and it's the only package. And if Portland doesn't mess around anymore, if they want to continue messing around, what's going to happen is they're going to end up sitting there with nothing left and nothing in their hand, and the only thing that's going to be left is Miami trading, which they're already in talks for Zach LaVine, or marketing, or swinging for the fences for Embiid, or somebody else, and they're going to be left holding nothing, with no interested parties in Damion Lillard and nobody to fulfill the package. And then maybe Boston will be interested. Maybe at that point the Sixers will be interested, because he'll be worth nothing and nobody will be willing to offer anything for him, because they know the Blazers have no way out. So then maybe you will get traded somewhere like there for pennies on the dollar when they don't have to make him a real package. It's insane. And like I said, Miami's not going to sit and wait. They're trying to get their team better right now and get ready to go into camp. And they're going to make a move on Zach LaVine. They've already walked away from the table at Portland. They're going to make a move on Zach LaVine. They're going to make a move on marketing. They're going to make a move on somebody else. And Portland's not going to have anything that they can do about it. And all those assets that they would have got from Miami when they finally decide to cave to the Miami offer, since it's the only offer, and they finally cave and say, okay, fine, we tried to create trade speculation, and we tried to create a market, and there isn't a market, so we'll take your offer. Miami's going to, we just trade for Zach LaVine. Or they use the exact same trades package, split it in half. Half the players go here, half the players go there, half picks go here, half the picks go there, and they get Markkanen and Levine. And they go, yeah, all those assets we were going to give you, they're gone. They're not here anymore. They're completely gone. Yeah, we just got 2 players. We don't even want Lillard anymore. Like, yeah, we'll take him for pennies on the dollar if you want to give him away for a second, third round pick. But all those assets we were going to give you, they're gone. Because you waited too long and now we went and got other players. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, not only is it a good package, it's the only package. And in reality, they have to start negotiating with Miami and get this deal done before Miami trades for 1 or 2 other players, and there's nothing left, and they're sitting there holding it with no leverage and nothing to do, and there's no way that they can do anything with Lillard other than take pennies on the dollar. Anyway, like I said, guys, I heard a lot of stuff about it, a lot of talking heads, a lot of just nonsense about this whole trade and the Miami offer, and I finally just had to put my 2 cents out there because I'm just tired of listening to people talk about this when the only person I've heard the entire time on any show on any network that has got this trade right is Nick Wright. Nick Wright from First Things First, great show, love Nick Wright. Chris Broussard, the cast, it's a great show, but Nick Wright is the only one who's got this right. Miami, like he said, which is what I said, Miami's the only offer, so it has to be a good offer because it's the only offer. And like he said, it's not that bad of an offer in the first place. Is it? You know, $1.20 on the dollar. Or is it an A++++ trade for Portland? No. But is it an A- trade? At worst, a B+? Yeah. Which is a pretty reasonable offer for a 33-year-old aging small guard. So shout out to Nick Wright for being the only one in the media who actually got it right and actually understood all the variables and everything that's going on here. And now hopefully some of you guys know a little bit more about what's going on too, and have a little bit more perspective on digging into the situation and what it really is and what it's really not, and all the fake reports that aren't true talking about offers that don't exist, so it's irrelevant and it's a wasted conversation. All right, guys, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, just had to get it off my chest. I'm a Heat fan, so I am biased in the first place, but in this situation, everybody hates Miami and disrespects the players so much. Maybe you have to be a Heat fan just to actually understand the value of the trade package. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this trade gets wrapped up. Love to see Dame in Miami. Peace out.